Retro Horror for a review of a Criterion release from 2006. I've had this DVD, it's not been released on Blu-ray. This is one of the first few DVDs that come out from Criterion. Equinox. It's a double disc with a booklet, and a very good booklet. In fact, it's very thick. Lots of interesting features in it. Lots of pictures. I think you can pick this up for, well, all the Criterions are expensive. I think you can pick it up for like $35, something like that. You can even see I've got the insert from 2006 of the Criterion collection list at that point in time. For those that don't know about Equinox, it was made in the 60s for about $6,500. It's a fan film, and two of the guys, David Allen and the special effects, David Allen and Muron, let's see, Dennis Muron, who went on to great fame to help George Lucas with Star Wars. Both those guys were, it's an interesting story. The movie's, it's a fan film. It runs about 70-some minutes. But the backstory in there's two commentary tracks on here, and a host of special features, including detailed photographs and descriptions of how these kids, essentially these teenage boys in the 60s, made this movie. They put up half the money from their family, and then they got the other half from another person, and did this movie on a shoestring budget. But it really looks like they spent $60,000 to $100,000 on it. The special effects are really impressive. They did a lot of Ray Harryhausen type animation, built the models from scratch. They hooked up with, I guess they were just fanboys that were in the 60s. They read Famous Monsters magazine, and they loved everything about Forey Ackerman. And they started writing letters to people and about trying to help them make this movie. And all that is on here, including pictures of the actual letters that they wrote to a variety of people to help with the film. But they built all the scale models themselves, and then did the stop motion, and it's really good. I mean, they've got, of course, it was obvious from seeing this movie that Dennis Muron was going to go on to great things, because he replicated the King Kong scene on the Empire State Building almost to perfection compared to Willis O'Brien. So in that respect, it's a fascinating movie. The other interesting tidbit about this movie is that the guy that went on to play in WKRP, Frank Bonner, is in his first film. Herb Tarlick from WKRP, if anybody remembers that, he's in this. But it is a fantasy fanboy film that has a lot of great special effects and an interesting plot line in terms of this group of kids that go out and find a book that has certain spells. This is worshiping of the devil type stuff, and the book releases all these different monsters. So it's pretty entertaining. I mean, first, it's a quick watch too. It's 70 minutes. That was the original film, and then a guy named Nash bought the rights to the film, added about 15 minutes of more Hollywood type stuff, improved the editing, etc., and released it to theaters, and apparently made a fortune. They've even got on here, which I thought was cool, they've got pictures from Famous Monsters of Filmland magazines that talked about the movie in the 60s, and has pictures of where you could buy the replicas of the different animated monsters that were featured in the film. So anyway, it's a great release, and the picture quality, even if it's a DVD, is excellent. So I got to give Criterion kudos for that. But I would definitely recommend adding it to your collection if you're a Ray Harryhausen person or sci-fi person in general. It's a good, well done fan film done with $6,500. So anyway, thanks for watching.